What's going on YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 build video. Now shout out to the DoD Disciples of Doom. Now today's video is going to be my unstoppable armor regen build for the Dark Zone. Earlier today I did a stream. It was about 2.5-3 hours long, and the whole time I was just using this build solo in the Dark Zone. I got a couple solo manhunts. I also got to kill some manhunts. Ran through all the landmarks, whatever the Dark Zone is. It's a lot of fun. And you can do that solo with this build. Not only that, but you can get upwards of 120k armor regen per second on a 1.7 million armor build. That is insane. This Lady Death gets over 85k base damage. So having that with 120k armor regen and 1.7 million armor, this thing can solo anything in the Dark Zone, including getting your own manhunts. Now if you don't believe me, you can jump into my stream. It is on my channel. Just go to my most previous stream and you will be able to see this build in work for hours. Not only that, but at the end of this build breakdown, I'll go back into the Dark Zone, I'll get my full stacks, and I will show you all the numbers again. But with all that said and done, relax, grab your popcorn, and let's get into the build breakdown. This is my unstoppable armor regen build for the Dark Zone. Alright, so starting off with the specialization, I am using the Gunner specialization. Reason being is every time I pop that armor kit, I get bonus armor, and that bonus armor is going to proc the talent on my chest piece. I am using the Perfect Intimidate talent for my chest piece, and that is 40% amplified damage for both PvE and PvP. So not only that, but also using Gunner, I do get the foam grenade. So if I am outnumbered, which is a majority of the time, I can at least try to foam them, even though I do forget to use that a lot. But I also get the armor on kill, which goes perfectly with this armor regen build without picking up a trophy. I also get the armor on kill, and then I get the extra armor every time I pick up that trophy. Alright, so that's why I'm using the Gunner specialization. Main reason is I don't get the bonus armor unless I actually kill something and pick up the trophy, or I just pop an armor kit using the Gunner specialization. Now as far as the weapons, I am using my primary, the shield splinter as my secondary, and a double barrel sawed-off for my sidearm. Starting off with the primary, this is the Lady Death. I understand a lot of people don't like the Lady Death, they'd rather use something else. Well, I've shown the apartment, I've shown, the Banshee, and also Vector builds, but we all know that the best in slot is still the Lady Death. Now, this Lady Death is at 74.5k base total damage. That's without any of my buffs active. Now this one is God rolled, so I have max SMG damage, max crit chance, and max armor. It also comes with the talent Breathe Free. So when moving, it gains 4 stacks per second, 8 stacks per second if I am sprinting. Stacks up to 32, and each of those give me 75% amplified damage. Now in PvP, it only gives you 60% amplified damage. So remember that. PvE 75, PvP 60. And then every time I get a kill, I get that movement speed buff, which is perfect when you're running solo. That way you get a kill, pick up your trophy, you sprint to the next one, you already have all your stacks ready for the Lady Death, and rinse and repeat. It's a lot of fun. Now, what I learned is I use the AR for PvP more than the Lady Death, because more times than not I am outnumbered and it's really hard to run around, get my stacks while shooting if I have another person shooting me in the back. So what I do is I switch over to my shield splinter and it mows down the enemy. It's a lot of fun. And then whenever I get back to like the 1v1 situation, I'll switch back to the Lady Death, do a little chicken dance, and I'm good to go. Alright, but back to my secondary. This is the Shield Splinterer. This is the named F2000 AR. The only way to get this assault rifle is to kill all of the Year 1 hunters and open up the ivory chest at the base of ops in Washington, D.C. Once you do that, you'll be able to get this weapon on all of your characters, and it will unlock Cassie Mendoza selling this weapon to you every week. Now this one is at 76.7k total damage. Remember, that is without any of the buffs active. And this one has max AR damage, 10.5 health damage, and max damage to targets out of cover. Now for the talent, it does come with Perfect Optimist. So every 10% ammo missing from my magazine, I get 4% weapon damage. Pretty good. And then for my sidearm, I am using the double barrel sawed-off. This one is sitting at 1.1 million total damage. Again, that is before any of the buffs, so it does get extremely higher. And then this one's at max shotgun damage, 7% damage to armor, and 8% damage to targets out of cover. Every time I use or damage an enemy with a skill, I'll get more weapon damage on top of that with In Sync. And those are the weapons. So now you know why I'm using the specialization, and now you know why I'm using these weapons. So let's talk about the build. Now for this build, I am running 2 reds, 5 blues, and 1 yellow. With that being said, I do have 1.7 million armor starting off. Now doing a deep dive into each of these, let's start off with the mask. So I'm using the Sokolov Concern mask. This one is God rolled. Now the Sokolov Concern brand set bonus I get from this build is 10% SMG damage. Now for the attributes, they are all maxed out. So max weapon damage, max armor regen, and max crit damage. For the mod, I chose crit chance, and that one also is maxed out. Going to the backpack, this is the backpack. It is your exotic backpack with the talent Kill Confirmed. Now, what's cool about this backpack, it also comes with all 3 core attributes. So you get max weapon damage, max armor, and that +1 skill tier. For the mod, I chose crit damage, and it is maxed out 12%. Now, as far as the talent, Kill Confirmed. Enemies will drop a trophy on death. You'll see it, it's like an orange bright. It almost looks like special ammo. But then you will see the little Kill Confirmed logo on there. 2 different buffs. You get a short-term buff and a long-term buff. Now these are all based off of your core attributes. So the short-term buff is 5% weapon damage for each red, 10% bonus armor for each blue, and 5% skill efficiency for each yellow. Now I have 2 reds, 5 blues, and 1 yellow on this build. So every time I get that short-term buff, I get 10% weapon damage, 50% bonus armor, and 5 skill efficiency. Now all those other trophies that I pick up, like I said, you have to have max stacks to get, that insane armor regen, and that's the last part of this talent. It says for every trophy collected additionally, you get 1% weapon damage, 1% skill efficiency, and 0.1% armor regen. And this will last for 300 seconds. So all I have to do is get max stacks in the DZ, and all of a sudden I'm running around solo for 5 minutes with all of these extra buffs. It's quite insane. That's how I get the 120k armor regen per second, and I'm able to mow down all those rogues and enemies. This is also how I am able to do these solo manhunts. I get these and then it's good to go. Alright, so that is the Memento exotic backpack. Next up is the gloves. I am running the Golden Gear gloves. These brand set bonuses I get from Golden Gear with this build: 10% status effects and 1% armor regen. Now these gloves are God rolled, so I have max armor, max crit damage, and max armor regen. Going to the chest piece, like I said, I am using Perfect Intimidate, so you have to have the Hunter Killer chest piece. Now, The only way to get this chess piece is to kill all of the Year 2 hunters, collect all of the off-white keys, and open up the off-white box that is in the Haven base of ops in New York City. This has everything to do with Warlords of New York. So if you do not have Warlords of New York, you are not able to get this chess piece. However, as soon as you unlock this chess piece, Cassie Mendoza will be able to sell it to you every single week. Alright, so with that said and done, let's look at the attributes. This one is God rolled, so I have max armor, max crit damage, and max armor regen. For the mod, I am using a max crit chance mod. Now again, it does have perfect intimidate, so every time I have bonus armor and I am within 10 meters of an enemy, I will get 40% amplified damage. Now with that and my VP, I get 100% amplified damage total every time I use the Lady Death with max stacks. So just remember that. With all of these buffs going on, I still get 100% amplified damage on top of that. Alright, going down to the holster. This is the Bellstone Armory holster. Now the Bellstone Armory brand set bonus I get from this build is 1% armor regen. Now as far as the attributes, they are God rolled, so max armor regen, and max crit damage. And then finally, last but certainly not least, the Emperor's Guard knee pads. Now these are the named Murakami Industry knee pads with 1% armor regen. Now as far as the brand set bonus, I do get skill duration, but I'm not really using it too much, unless you're counting my Decoy. Now as far as the attributes, again, God rolled, so max armor, you get the 1% armor regen, and then max crit hit damage. Now the skills I am using in the Dark Zone, Jammer Pulse, this gets rid of enemy skills, and every time you kill an enemy skill, you also get a stack added to your memento backpack. So just remember that. If you're going up against any enemy that has a skill deployed, make sure you kill the skill before you kill the enemy. That way you get 2 memento stacks from that one enemy instead of just killing the enemy and only getting 1 stack. So just remember that. And the Jammer Pulse comes in handy. Now the other skill I am using is the Decoy. It is perfect for the Dark Zone, especially if you're going rogue or rogues are going against you. That way you get rid of your name tape. You're able to, go in incognito and kill whatever enemy is in front of you. Alright, let's finish off stats. So this is for the Lady Death. I have 74.5k weapon damage with 24.8k PvP weapon damage. Comes with 53% crit hit chance, 122 crit hit damage. Now remember, I do have that 6% armor damage. Going down to the offensive tab, I have 40% all weapon damage bonus with 40% SMG damage bonus. So every time I use the Lady Death, I get 80% damage bonus total. Now as far as the gear talents, remember I am using Kill Confirmed from the backpack and Perfect Intimidate for the chest piece. Going down to the defensive tab, I'm at 1.66 million armor with 166k armor on kill and 69.5k armor regen. Remember, this is before any of the stacks, and this is going to skyrocket once I get the memento stacks. Now, the explosive resistance and hazard are both due to my watch level, so this is where I do the disclaimer for each of my build videos. I am currently watch level 1547. That means that each of these attribute boxes are all maxed out 50 out of 50. If you are under shade level 1000, you are not going to have all of these attributes maxed out. So some of your numbers might be lower than my numbers. However, if you are over shade level 1000, you have nothing to worry about. Just make sure you copy and paste my build and you will have the exact same numbers I do. So just remember that before you ask me, hey Kami, my attributes aren't the same, my crit hit damage is lower than yours, my weapon damage is lower than yours. The first thing I'm going to say is, what shade level are you? If you're over shade level 1000, you should be able to get the exact same numbers I do. And there you go. This is the unstoppable armor regen build for the Dark Zone. You can easily play this solo, whether it be PvP, PvE, it does not matter. This is one of my favorite solo builds, and I might even dub it the best solo build. I don't know. It's got great survivability and great damage. But don't take my word for it. Let's go into the Dark Zone and finish up this video. So let's see. I like to do DZ West. So let's do DZ West. It's just one of my favorite out of the three. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get max stacks. I'll show you all the numbers and then we will end the video there. So nothing crazy. And if you want to see me go solo manhunt with this build, all you have to do is look up my most previous stream from earlier today. It says Solo Dark Zone Fun, and that was with me using this build exclusively. Alright, there's a DZ drop right here, that's perfect. Ooh, and we can get these guys right here. Oh, didn't get to reload. There we go. There we go. And this guy ran up top. There we go. Alright. So we've got a few stacks there. Let's get these DZ drops right here. We should be good. You see, I just got the kill confirmed from killing his turret, and then I get the kill confirmed from killing him as well. Makes life pretty easy. Alright, go ahead and get this drop. So I need to get max stacks. I am just under halfway there. So let's hit this landmark and then we can look at my attributes and get out of here. I don't want to make this video too long because I did spend just under 3 hours showing you guys this build earlier.
Landmark engaged. Rogue status removed.
So let's see. Alright, looks like we're getting there. We'll be at max stacks by the end of this landmark, without a doubt. Let's go ahead and get this chest.
Initiating rogue protocol. Now detecting contaminated gear.
Alright.
Extraction followed.
Yo, Andy phoned me? Wow. I was foamed and getting hit by that turret at the same time. That's crazy. Yo, this turret. Thank you. There we go.
Detecting additional hostile
Alright,
contacts.
one more wave and then I will show you guys my stats and we will get out of here. But you can already see now that I have these kind of stacks, I'm pretty much unstoppable.
Detecting contaminated gear. Contaminated gear detected.
And remember, this is with all of these enemies hitting me at once. It's pretty nuts.
Fuck you! Let's do this.
And there you go. Alright, so let's look at the stats and then we will get out of here. I'm at 87.7k for the Lady Death. And I'm at 119.3k armor re total. So just under 120k armor regen. So yeah, that with just under 88k from the Lady Death in the Dark Zone. That's what's nuts about this. So my Lady Death is smacking. I have 1.7 million armor and 119.3k armor regen. That's what makes this build disgusting, because even right here I'm just running around. So for the next 5 minutes I have these stats the whole time. So unless I die, that's the only way it's going to get rid of these buffs. So now I'm basically running around with some insane armor regen and damage just right off the bat. And then as soon as I get the boner, I'll have my perfect intimidate proc, and then it's game over. And that's it. Game over. So alright, I hope I made that build video short and sweet for everybody. Again, if you want to watch me do the solo manhunts with this build, it is in my stream from earlier today. So I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section below how you like this build. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Kamikazevondoom. Peace.